What's going on, everybody? It is Ryan Larry and William Tincup. You're listening to the Barf. William, you're wearing another beer shirt. You
Yeah,
had Colt
baby.
45 yesterday.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. It's I had a guy ask me about it. I was at the pulmonologist yesterday,
Uh huh. I was
and
gonna say. I was gonna say like you wore the Colt 45 to your doctors.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Well,
drink? Nah.
this is an African American guy. We're in the elevator. He goes, Colt, right? I said, well, I graduated to OE. Colt was where I had to start because I didn't have any money. He goes, trust me, I've had plenty of both. I'm like, we just joked about it because it's like, it's paint thinner.
Yeah.
Like malt liquor is the worst thing in the world. That's why it's sold in poor
But it goes
neighborhoods.
down so nicely.
Mm.
I'd rather have. I know this is going to kill everybody who's like what do you craft beer enthusiast and all that
Yeah,
crap.
yeah, yeah,
I'd rather have a Colt 45 wide mouth
yeah.
any day. It goes down easy.
It does.
It's got good carbonation to it. It just
It's
goes down.
it's just not healthy. It's just not
Well,
good for you.
I don't think
Like
any.
as if any of them are good for you. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So are
Uh,
they still like $1 now, or like what's the cost?
you
What's the
can pay,
cost?
you can pay for them with pennies. If you're
Let
in
me
the hood of
see.
the barrio or in a poor neighborhood, you can buy loose cigarettes. They're called loosies. So you get you a Colt, you get a loosie, so you get one cigarette.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
All right,
go ahead
let's
and smoke a
see.
cigarette. It's kind of a
I'm
funny
gonna
bit.
see.
No,
All
they've
right,
probably gone up in cost,
I'm
not in
I'm Googling.
quality.
No, not in quality. I'm Googling now to see. All
Yeah,
right, let's see. Let's see. If you DoorDash, oh here, let's see. This
get
is
you a
this is
40.
this is
Get you a
this is making
40.
for riveting podcasting.
You need a 40 for this week just to get you through.
I do. Whoa, $3.50.
Hey, inflation's a motherfucker. I'm just
Holy
saying.
cow.
Just say it is what it is.
$3.50 for a Colt 40. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That is
it's
crazy.
but you go and look at what a 18 pack of Coors Light is, and it's $24.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like everything's, duh,
Yeah.
everything's more expensive.
There's well, we'll have to cut this clip out and share it because there's a group that I hang out with here that they're doing the Genesee, Jenny out whatever,
Yeah.
67 cents a can, something like that. And like it's high quality or Miller Extra Light. How about that?
So Moosehead, I don't know if you had Moosehead back in the day, but Moosehead Canadian beer, and it had a higher alcohol content.
Yeah, yeah.
And they used to have these shirts that were called the Moose is Loose. So they'd have this bit, but on the back it would say the Moose is Loose in Texas.
Mm.
And it was a good. I mean, it was a good if as an import from Texas. It was a good beer.
All
Like I
right.
had many good times drinking Mooseheads.
Yeah,
So
I was not bougie with my beer. Colt 45,
well,
Coors Light.
mine were mostly mine was because I worked at Albertsons at the time, and I would ring them up for my friends. So I was bougie only because I was stealing.
We only got we only
So
recently got beer in stores near us, probably within the last couple of years. It's
oh
like a
no,
whole new
it's
thing.
shit. This yeah. We always had beer, and I'd make that sound. So the beeping sound. So beep beep. My
Oh
friends
God!
would
All
come
right.
in and get cases and cases, and then I'd get off work in like an hour, and I'd meet them out in the parking lot. It's like so. When you have a setup like that, you're going to drink the most expensive beer you can get your hands on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
why would you? Why
yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to get Zima if it's free.
What's wrong with Zima?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with
That was
Zima
that was my first.
or Keystone. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm just like, if you're getting it for free,
Uh huh.
why not get the most expensive stuff that's in the grocery store?
Yeah, I guess. So, all right. So this episode sponsored by our friends over at Fama. We love y'all. Thank you very much.
100%.
They've been around a couple of years now. Fama. They
They have been
yeah
a sponsor of our good work for longer than I can remember,
yeah
actually.
since before we I mean yeah.
Yeah.
They've been around. So if you haven't checked out Fama, please do. They got some cool stuff. But you know what's even cooler? You got a story to talk about.
I do. And I think you're going to like both stories today, but let's do the first one first.
Probably not.
Toxic leadership a manager told an employee that after a car accident, going to the hospital showed the wrong mindset. The manager argued that skipping medical treatment and returning to work immediately would have demonstrated a real commitment to the company.
Walk
This
it
is
off,
it.
son.
This
That's what I
I
tell my. That's what I
I
tell
think
my kids. I'm like, walk it
I
off.
I had a coach tell me that actually. That was some funny stuff. Anyhow, this is from the Economic Times.
Okay.
This is a real story, not from the Onion. You go read this up. And so, basically what comes across when you read it is the employee's replaceable now more than ever.
Yeah.
The work is urgent. The company comes first. The funny thing is leaders who think this way also describe themselves as a people first company or manager, etc. So the question I have for you is,
Mhm.
what's the craziest thing you've ever heard a manager say with a straight face?
Whew.
Straight face,
Great
looking
face.
right at you.
That's a that's a good. I haven't had any crazy stories.
Ah,
I
come
really
on.
don't. I
You
mean,
worked in staffing.
I
Come on.
I really
come,
haven't. I
come
mean,
on.
I've
Enterprise
had.
rent a car. You don't have a story
I
from a manager asking you some dumb
No,
shit.
but I did think I'll go back to that in a second. I mean, I have had some asshole managers, and we
Oh no,
talked about them.
that's
However,
100%.
at Enterprise Rent a Car, and this is back for context. This is back in like 2000, 2001. So this is a long time ago.
Right.
The I remember getting out of a car and I pinched my back,
Oof.
my lower back.
Yeah.
To this day, it bothers me all the time, like
Oh yeah.
random time. I can lift weights, be in the gym, nothing. I lift up a box
Yeah.
or I sit down too long. It is murder. It's
Right.
awful. And
It's
it
a
stuck
muscle.
with me
Yeah.
the entire time. And I remember I went back to the office and I had said something, like, hey, my back hurts, all this
They
stuff.
didn't want you to report it because it would have been a workplace injury.
No, well, ultimately, they didn't stop me, but
Okay.
I did do that. But I finished my shift because my manager he wasn't like finish your shift, sissy. No, he was just like you're good, you're good. Just stay in the office, like you're fine. Go after work or whatever, and I did. But it was like days before, because you're
Yeah.
20 years old at the time.
Well,
I'm
you
like, yeah,
think you're
no problem,
invincible.
doctor.
So
Yeah,
some of it is the mindset of a
yeah,
20-year-old. Okay, so there's that.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
irony is with muscle spasms, muscle injuries in your back, the more you stay active, the
Mhm.
better.
Yeah, well, I wasn't active. I sat and I milked it, and it was weeks of like physical therapy, which was stupid. It was like this stretch, that stretch, and I probably should have stuck with it because I wouldn't be dealing with it now.
Did they
But I
make you
haven't
go
had
to a
anything crazy.
chiropractor?
I have been to a chiropractor as an adult, yes,
Right, right.
and I do like me some chiropractic work, chiropractic. How do
I
you say
think,
that word?
is it
Chi-
chiropractic?
Chiropractic. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
So, I think the thing with that is it's temporary. So they put
Yeah.
things on you to make you feel good for that moment, maybe the next hour.
Right.
Problem is it just regresses
Right. Right.
back to the same spot. So,
Yeah. So,
anyhow,
oh, yeah, no, that's I need stories. I do not have William stories. There's no doubt about it. My life has been boring. My life has been boring. I think I'm going to make one up, and
go
I'll
ahead,
and
do
I'll
it,
and I'll
bring it.
I'll share it later. All right. So let me ask you this:
All right,
Could your company's AI chatbot become a witness in a future lawsuit?
100%.
That is fascinating to me, right? So
Yeah,
this is an article I found this on. I read this the other day on Reuters, and so
Reuters,
what I say?
rooters like
I
the
said
plumbing. So,
I did say Reuters.
roto
Roto
rooter.
Rooter.
I don't know where your mind is, but it has
Oh
nothing
my
to do
god,
with indoor
dude! It's
plumbing.
it's been, it's been a week. We have graduation tomorrow, and two graduations tomorrow. And if it rains, graduation will be on Friday, and then they cancel the last day of school for everybody else through 11th grade in the district. So it's just a
Yeah.
hot mess. And we got the graduation party coming up. Got to build a lemonade stand. Let me tell you this. This is way off topic. Let me tell you this story real quick because I feel like
Lemon, a lemonade stand.
I feel like the listeners are going to be like, forget HR. Let's talk about the lemonade stand. Okay. So lemonade stands. I don't know how it is in Texas, but in PA, lemonade stand is like it's mind blowing, right? Every graduation party has to have a lemonade stand with all the different flavors and all this fancy crap. So me, daughter wants a photo booth. I'm like, I can make a photo booth. So I go and I get free pallets last night. I haven't told you this yet. I got free pallets off of Facebook Marketplace last night because I'm like, we can do this. I found the photo. I go and I get the pallets. Not what I wanted. They were designed differently. I'm like, I can make this work. Now I've got 8 pallets sitting in the truck, in the driveway. And I'm like, party's in 3 days and I'm not fucking doing this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm done. Like, it's not going to work.
You can rent a photo booth.
You got to pay for that. No, no, no. I'm Facebook Marketplace, gallon of paint. We're good. Gallon of paint that's old in the garage. Now, well, it gets better. It gets better. So now we're doing this lemonade stand. And instead of using a folding table, I'm like, it'd be pretty cool if we just used the pallets. Let's make a little bar out of it. And so
Okay.
I start looking them up. And there's a lot of nice ones out there. So now I'm about to embark on making a lemonade stand just before
Yeah.
the party.
So my boys did a lemonade stand once. Michael made them all the pictures, and they helped with that stuff. And then they went out on the corner. Uh, our house is situated on a corner,
Hmm.
and so they went out on the corner. They put the table out, this, that, and the other. They had some customers. They stayed out all day.
Hmm.
And I remember Henry bringing all the stuff back in. He was like, "Yeah, that I won't do that again."
No, no, no. Well, this is for the party. This is for
Oh
like,
no, I know, I
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is, yeah, yeah.
This was for
Well,
sales, and
no.
the as they say, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. So anyway, all right. So back to regularly
Yes,
scheduled programming.
yes,
So
AI.
so AI chatbots or AI being a witness in a future lawsuit against the company. So this was essentially it's a legal analysis, an expert legal analysis. It was an article. There's
Hmm.
nothing on case study or case law yet. It was written for lawyers and legal professionals. And so the article discusses the legal concepts like they called it the privilege waiver,
Uh-huh.
their discoverability, the evidence preservation, all that stuff in the context of AI use.
Right.
And so when employees are using AI, when employees are leveraging whatever AI you're giving them, they're taking company records, company documents, company
Right.
results and reporting and all this stuff, client data, dropping it into AI and conversations that employees are having back and forth. Hey,
Right.
William said this. How do I reply to this email? And in
Right.
that email that you sent, you said, hey, I've got a way to grab an extra $50 or $100 a
Right.
paycheck or whatever, even if it was a joke, whatever it was, it's now in there.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is now this can be used, potentially used as a way or as evidence against you
Yeah.
in
It's
a court
it's
case.
it's real. So there's no change, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think there's
All
anything groundbreaking here.
HR data, everything, your emails, your Slack communications, every piece of data, payroll data, compensation data,
Yep.
everything is an exhibit
Yes.
in a trial.
Yeah.
So you have to
Everything.
think like that, like everything that again, your communications, all that stuff. That's all fair game.
Hmm.
That's how when someone reports a sexual harassment claim, they do an investigation. That's some of the stuff they're
Sure.
going through.
Sure.
They're interviewing people, but they're also going through data.
Yeah. Of course.
And so AI is just an extension of just it's more data.
It's an extension of it, and what the article was saying was how it increases the insight into what it was.
Yeah.
And so
It
because
can
now
contextualize something. So it's like, hey, I think we can get $50 more out of a particular client. That's not necessarily a bad thing or a
no,
bad
not a bad thing,
conversation.
well, I'm talking extortion, like
Yeah.
something, right? Like you're talking bad about somebody,
Yeah.
or William says something which you probably would like, hey,
Yeah.
that guy, he's an asshole, or he does
Yeah.
this, or he
Yeah.
does that. Then I take that, like, how do I reply to this? What do I do? This and that. Now it has the entire, and employees are
Sorry.
much more apt to put the information in, and it's
Why?
already been
Because they
shown and
want to
proven,
because they want to contextualize it.
right?
Like
And so
I can't just
now,
say how do I respond to an asshole email?
yeah, well, now the
Yeah.
evidence is the amount of potential evidence is significantly more
Oh,
and
100%.
deeper because
And getting deeper by
previously,
the day.
Yeah, well, previously it would just be over email or
Right.
memos or whatever. Now we're taking, not we're, but people are taking, because nobody would hire us. Um, they're taking full blown reporting
Oh
and
yeah.
customer data, and they're dropping it in, whether it's company secured or not. It's part of that evidence group that
Yep.
they can then use. So anyway, I thought it's on Reuters. Check it out, because there
Reuters. Reuters.
Reuters. I know I keep saying that. Reuters. Not against a new thing.
Yeah,
Reuters.
rotor rooter. That's
It's like,
what every time you say that, I'm like, rotor
yeah,
rooter?
but you say water. What are you drinking? Water.
Because that's what it is,
No, it's
water.
water.
So, all right. So, first of all, it's a great story, and that's just going to keep compounding,
Hmm.
as you said.
Yeah.
All right. So, you mentioned Falma at the beginning of the show. I wanted to ask you a question.
They do something bad.
No, not at all. They actually got a new round of funding. They did something good. So,
Nice.
what's a predictor or signal from social that indicates in your mind a good employee or a bad employee? Like, what would you be looking at?
Um, on online.
Yeah, social.
Um, uh, Honestly, I can go down a rabbit hole on this, but it's I don't want to just blanket it and group it and say harassment and things like that. But there are, and this is more maybe a bias of me. However, when I look at it, the way of which in which people talk, how they talk to people, how they comment on people. I'll just stay on you, so we're not
Yeah, yeah.
implicating other people.
Sure,
But
sure.
you post something, right? So you recently posted Van, which we should probably even mention, right? He's at Seabase. Now,
Yeah.
what if I would have made comments about something, I don't know, not nice
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Van, right? And I'm
Right,
talking down and all that type of stuff.
right.
Those are, I think, the simplest indicators for me on the inside of the person. Now, election time, all this other stuff, like
Oh,
all there's
yeah.
so many
Gets
crazy things that happen. Yeah,
right. And it all happens right there on social, on all of
yeah.
social. So not just Twitter. It happens everywhere. I think the thing for me is, we talked years ago and up till now, we've talked about bringing that whole you to work, which I've never really bought into.
Well, like 23% of you.
Yeah,
I don't even want all of you here.
yeah. See, like and so like if somebody's railing on Verizon because they got their bill wrong and they can't kind of get it right and
Hmm.
etc. Like you got to get their attention
Yeah.
for them to respond. I don't mind that. Like I think
Hmm.
some people would look at it and go, well, they're taking a brand to task, it's negative and this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, they're actually sticking up for themselves.
Sure, sure. I mean, if there's
Uh,
33 of those
uh,
postings,
hey, if it takes 33 to get a response,
no, I mean 33 different brands. Like they're just
yeah,
hammering
yeah,
every brand. There's a
right.
trend. Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's a great point. If you're just a hater and you're just hating on everyone, okay.
Yeah.
I probably, again, that's a bias, but I probably don't want to work with you because I don't need that negative
Yeah.
stuff in my life. But if you're fighting for yourself and you're fighting for your own rights, like I got no problem with that.
Mm-mm.
But I think sarcasm and people that have really dark sense of humor, I think that doesn't translate really well to the internet, because it can be taken really easy out of context.
Uh-huh.
And so people then water that down and want it to be, well, I want the perfect person. They've never, you don't see pictures of them doing a keg stand and drinking beer from a funnel and stuff like that. It's like, we're human beings.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that
That's
this,
yeah.
why does that even matter? Like, unless you're thinking about this, like this is where we get wrong with our athletes, entertainers, and politicians, and anybody in that area is that we want them to be perfect, and no one's perfect.
Mhm.
So why would we expect Alex
Yeah.
Rodriguez
But
or
there's
so and
plenty
so
of
to be perfect?
predictors from a
Yeah, but
career perspective.
but here's the thing. Yes and no. If that person, let's say it was the keg stand deal, and every weekend they're on a keg stand and they're tailgating at whatever games, and that's their bit, but they're a high potential and a high performer,
That's fine.
do you care?
No.
So it all comes down to performance as on some level, what you will
Yeah.
allow. And at the end of the day, if that person's in sales and they're killing it, keg stand. Hell, I might get them a keg stand. Like, let's do
Yeah,
a
there's
bit.
nothing wrong with. But if they're out there, I mean, when you ask me to, I'm thinking like I'm looking for people that are. I mean, if I see someone out there, and I see this all the time,
Yeah,
they get really heavy in politics, and then it becomes hate conversations.
that's right. You can't.
That's different.
That's different. You can't
That's
change
different.
anyone's mind over the internet. I think people have not gotten that memo.
Yeah.
Like you'll have a thought and you'll have an opinion, and I'll have an opinion that's absolutely opposite of that. I'll never be able to change your mind over threads or LinkedIn or whatever it is.
Hmm.
You have your opinion, and
Yeah.
that's good. So I think that people still try, they get on these tools, they try to change people's opinions. It's like, first of all, I don't want to know people that would just change their opinions
No.
that easily
Yeah.
based on
But
somebody else's, fake Twitter account.
yeah. No.
So
Anyway.
let me give you another story. So that's the workplace culture. A laid off employee posted about experiencing silence office culture after moving between companies. The employee described joining a workplace where they rarely talked,
Hmm.
rarely ate together, collaborated informally, or developed relationships. This was on HR Kafka, Katha, .com. And so it's fascinating because it kind of gets down to the individual, right? People say they want culture, but what they really want is the culture that they want. They want a preferred culture.
Hmm.
And so, are we building culture for employees or for ourselves? So, the question I have for you is, when does a quiet workplace become lonely and when does it become productive? Because you and I work differently. And there's times in which we might not talk for a day or two because you got your heads down and you're doing stuff. I got my head down, I'm doing stuff, and there's no need. But I think for some people they like the interaction. That would be that quiet culture or quiet points in culture that would actually drive them crazy.
Yeah. Then don't work there.
See, that's the thing. How do you tell people in advance? Like this gets back to recruiting
Well,
and
it's kind of like
screening.
Amazon, right? I mean, Amazon, they're not shy. Well, at least, I mean, I don't know anymore, but at the time, they weren't shy. Like, if you come here, this is the
Yeah,
work
yeah,
that you're going. If you're not gonna want, if you don't want to work, not in UPS, same thing. If you don't want to work at 8 o'clock, come in at 6 o'clock in the morning,
yep,
load the truck, get in the truck, drive all afternoon, come back, unload and load again, and then go back out.
yeah,
Oh, and then maybe take some lunch on the road.
yeah. Don't
Don't
show
come
up.
here,
Don't
right?
hear
If
me.
you don't want to do that. And so if you're people complain about Amazon all the time. They drive people into the ground, but that's
That's the
what they
job.
tell you the job is. So don't
That's right.
work there. You chose it.
I think the thing is especially in employer branding, the more you tell the truth about what's actually the culture,
Yeah.
not an aspiring culture, but like
Mhm.
what is actually the culture. Amazon, again, another example, their executive leadership, Bezos is famous for saying this
Mhm.
20 something years ago. I want the investment banking culture, Wall Street's investment
Yeah.
banking culture. You're going to work 100 hours. There's no such thing as work life balance. I don't really care about your kids or their parties or any of that other stuff. Like, it's value. Are you adding value every moment of every day? And meritocracy.
Yeah.
Best idea wins. That type of
And
stuff.
and you know what? Most of the people that work there want to work there.
That's
Right?
right.
Like you
They
don't
signed up
work
for that.
we brought up enterprise rent a car early. You don't come out of college and work at enterprise rent a car to wash cars in a suit. You go there because you know they have a history of developing young people into managers, into running. When you're a manager at enterprise, depending on your branch, you're running 200 cars at a location. I mean, just do the math. I mean, that's millions
Wow.
of dollars of inventory, and you're
Yeah.
22 years old.
Yep.
And you're responsible for the books, you're responsible for everything, and also the people,
Yep.
right? And the customers. And so, but you start out washing cars in suits. And it's not to say you got to take your licks, it's so you actually learn the business. And so,
That's right.
but you don't take that job unless you actually know. And they don't hide it, right? Now,
No.
some companies will paint this rosy picture of what they
That's right.
believe the
Yes.
culture, what the
Well,
world wants the culture to be.
what they want, it's aspirational, right? What they want the culture to be is, just pick your favorite words, your
Yeah,
trigger words, high integrity.
I don't.
Well, we aspire for high integrity or high candor, what any of the
Yeah,
words,
yeah,
but we're not quite there yet.
yeah. But here, I could. I mean, here's the thing: the branding team wants
Yes,
high this and all of this. The founder of the
100%,
company, like
100%.
you're not gonna. You can paint Amazon or pick any company. I'll use Conexa. Like we did a lot. I mean, they're back here, right? Like they're still sitting there. I
Yeah,
love them, but that's not what the company was founded on. That's not. That's what branding created. That's what the customers kind of wanted to see. That's the story they told to sell. But that
right.
wasn't the brand. Like if you were
No,
working in Conexa, you saw like it was a workhorse of a place,
right.
and it was really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there,
Yeah.
but it wasn't what's on those papers.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. No, it's
that's not the
I
case. Yeah.
remember I remember that a period of Connexus history where it was more or less a work hard, play hard culture.
Uh, yeah, you don't have a chair unless you do certain placements. So
That's right.
when I went in the interview there, the guy that I ended up working for,
Yeah.
he literally had a folding table and a chair. And I
Yep.
thought
Hmm.
in my initial interview, I'm thinking, well, that kind of sucks. Like you're running this
Yeah.
whole floor, but then the other managers had, you know,
Yeah.
desks and
Night.
stuff.
Yeah.
And but I got it. And I was like, you know what? I actually like that. I actually think that's pretty cool. I'm going to go earn that.
Got to go
And I
earn it.
did, and I went. It was the weirdest thing, but it just kind of fell into that culture. And Conexa was a great company. It was a great company, and probably still would be if IBM didn't fuck it up. But all right,
100%.
so
What do you
I
got?
got one here. I'm just going to ask you this question because I know you're not going to like my response because
Sure.
so a software engineer received a religious accommodation
Hmm.
from her employer, allowing her to opt out of using AI tools at work. So I found this one on Gizmodo.
Hmm.
Interesting to me. She's a software developer. This
Uh,
happened. So this context. This happened last year, I believe,
right.
but it's now being resurfaced because of everything with the Pope and all of this stuff with his thoughts on AI and and so now this is becoming more prevalent in the workplace where people are requesting to be exempted from using AI. And my thought is this: I don't you'll know the religious tie better than me.
Sure.
I'm not going to get that. However, is it just because they don't want to or they feel like if they're using AI, they're succumbing to AI as a
That's right.
developer or anybody and saying,
That's right.
I can no longer do my job and this way I get security? When I'm looking at it as you don't have to fucking use it. You're just not going to have a job because the company has passed you. My thoughts, I don't know. I don't see the religious tie to it. This isn't like going to lunch and not having certain types of food.
Yeah, I think the thing is there is one of the Ten Commandments. I'm trying to figure out the one it is that you don't put any god above God. And the way that people worship AI is tantamount to how people worship a god.
Oh, come on, that's a stretch.
No, no, it's really not. I mean, that's the thing. I think that really what's going on, especially in this particular case, is they just don't want to use AI. They don't want to be included in
Yeah,
using AI. So really, they're using whatever reason to get an accommodation,
yeah.
and they're hiding behind religion. I think the more, again, every religion has zealotry. So whether or not you're Protestant or Catholic or whatever, pick a faith,
Hmm.
an organized religion, you have people on the edges, on both sides. You have people that are barely Catholic, and you have people that are uh, that that take it too far. They're zealots.
Hmm.
And so I think that in zealotry or extremism in those cases, they're going to look at this as a threat because why go to church when I can just chat GPT it? Like yeah,
Google it too.
yeah, but well, Google, yes, Galaxy is making that a little bit better, but like Claude and ChatGPT are so far advanced. Like I could ask a really, really, really deep question about the Bible, and
Sure.
then from whatever perspective, Protestant, Catholic, whatever, get a perspective. And like that could replace, like, why go to confession? Why would I go to a confession, which is, it's
Oh hell no!
important
There's
as
a
a
big
Catholic.
difference there. Whatever you say in confession is between you
Right.
and
Well,
confession
and whatever you say in ChatGPT is between you and ChatGPT.
until you're brought up on charges and they go in and they start searching your shit.
Right. But yeah, that's your search history too.
Yeah,
So
that's what
like
I'm saying. Yeah,
my point is I don't see it from a religious perspective. I think the person just doesn't want to be included in
absolutely.
using AI, and
Yeah,
this is an excuse.
yeah. And I don't think this secures her job at all.
Oh, I think it's worse. I think it actually puts her behind. The
Absolutely, it does.
people, the
Well, here's
it's
what
one of
I
those
think is
deals.
going to happen.
Your peers will outpace you if
Absolutely.
the longer you avoid AI, they will
Yeah.
outpace you.
Yeah, and
So
here's what I think happens next with this person or somebody. They're going to get outpaced very quickly, and they're not going to be a performer.
right,
The lawsuit will be, well, no, she has the accommodation. She
yeah,
doesn't need to actually perform at this level. She's performing at the human level.
yeah,
It,
that's ships that especially at a private company, that ship's
yeah,
not
oh,
gonna
I'm just saying now that
just not gonna
they're
sail.
making accommodations.
First
I
of all,
mean,
I don't know why you'd ever make that accommodation
I don't know.
unless they were a high performer.
Yeah,
I mean, I just someone says I don't want to use AI because it's against my religion. It's like, then get the fuck out.
yeah, yeah. And, well, and this wasn't like a court issued or anything. This is just
Right.
the employer accommodating for.
Dude, it sounds. I'm not guessing that was in California, but I believe this without knowing anything about this
Yeah,
particular
I don't
thing.
know.
I guarantee this happened in California.
Either way, I don't know. We'll have to see what the audience thinks. So we're
Just
not
because someone asked for an accommodation doesn't mean you have to grant that accommodation.
yeah, we're not spinning the wheel this week. However,
No,
no, we're not spinning. We're gonna spin it next week. However, sign up for the wheel because I don't know if you can see. I can see your reflection. Look at that. Can you
that's
see your
nice.
reflection? I can see your reflection. But
There you go.
you can win. There's $150 on here,
You don't have
$100,
that dollar.
125,
You don't have the dollar one on there, do
and
you?
$1 right there, right there.
So
So this is the
wrong.
candy wheel. Sign up for the candy wheel, um, and we'll pull your name.
And it's
Maybe
gift cards, so like you
gift
can
cards,
use it.
all gift cards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can use it to treat yourself.
yeah, yeah. Treat yourself to a mani
Something,
pedi, something.
anything.
Get yourself a haircut.
Get yourself
All right,
something.
so we're going to be by the time this comes out, or when this comes out,
Hmm.
we're going to be over at SHRM.
We
So
are.
SHRM Annual. If you're at SHRM Annual, this will come out, and then we'll literally be there like that next day. So if you're listening to this on the plane, we hear you. Thank you.
Slide by.
Yeah, come stop by the iSolved booth. I forget the booth number. We'll have to
Hmm.
look it up real quick. But stop by the iSolved booth. We are recording the Heroes of HR podcast live in the booth, and it's going to be pretty awesome.
I think it's 4319, but it's super easy to find booths at a conference. The
Yeah,
SHRM on the app, you just go to the expo, and then you type in the company name, and it'll tell you the booth.
yeah.
So
It is booth 4319.
that's what I said.
Is that what you said?
That's what I said, baby.
I'll get you. We'll play the tape back and make sure you
Passion
hear
fruit. No,
that.
I
Yeah,
don't. I don't have to lie.
that's
I don't.
fantastic.
I
All
don't have
right,
to lie.
we're all done today. So
We
thank you all
are.
for
A
listening.
great show.
Yeah, thank you all for listening. Sign up, get the newsletter, sign up and sign up for the wheel. So you'll see it on
Yeah,
the website. Just go
that's right.
and click through. You'll get an email and sign up, and maybe we pull your name.